welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. And joining me, as always, as our animal wrangler is our volunteer, Tammy Benson. This month, November, is Adopt a Senior Pet Month, so we are going to be showcasing just a few of our senior pets here at the shelter. And the great news is that if you were to adopt one of our senior pets, that's animals that are 5 and up, you would get not just our normal senior discount, but you would get to adopt them for a flat fee of $50. So Spot here is one of our seniors, and he qualifies for that promotion. So if you were to adopt or apply for Spot in the month of November, you could take him home for just $50. Spot is a 10-year-old hound mix, and I guess it's pretty obvious as to how he ended up with the name Spot. He was a return to shelter, and they did, he came to us as a stray again this time. He was a stray last time, but we do have his previous microchip information to know that he is the same dog that was here before. He does have a broken upper right canine, and he has got a cute little underbite in addition to all of his many other cute, quirky qualities. And he is also Lyme positive. So a lot of dogs actually come into the shelter Lyme positive. It's not a huge deal, but you do want to consult your vet to make sure that that's something that you are prepared to take on, giving him his 30-day cycle of doxycycline, making sure that he's getting his Lyme vaccine and all his flea and tick preventative, as well as that heartworm preventative as well. He is a great dog overall. He loves to be petted. He likes a little belly rub. He will climb into your lap. He needs a little help with house training still, but he's very friendly. He reacts favorably to other dogs. He's easy to obtain. He can be a little bit of a puller, but he doesn't have issues with food aggression, no guarding issues that we've seen. He is a little nervous around new people sometimes, but ultimately he's very sweet, very playful, kind of a typical goofy hound dog. All he needs is someone to take him in and give him that great home for the rest of his life. If you're interested in adopting Spot, you can stop in and visit him here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Our address is 1832 Rosemont Avenue. Our next dog is Hank, and he is 3 years old. He's a red pit bull mix, and he is a goofy guy. He loves to play, and he's pretty smart too. He came to us as a stray, but he knows sit, he knows paw. I was able to easily lure him down into a down, so he has a lot of potential if somebody's willing to give him a little bit of training. He's going to be a great dog. One of the things just on the medical side that we want people to know about Hank is that he does have kind of a low-grade heart murmur. It's a grade 2 of 6, but that is something that you want to be aware of. Talk to your vet about. He also has an underbite, just like our friend Spot, which is just a cute little characteristic for him, and a little bit of tartar on his teeth. So he might need a dental at some point. When we behavior assessed Hank, we found that he's pretty good at keeping his kennel clean, but you always want to retrain any dog that you were to adopt from us on house training, just so that they can get used to the routine and the language that you're using to indicate that for them. He's friendly when you approach the kennel. He has favorable reactions and play bows to the other dogs when he's walking by them. He's easy to obtain. No issues with food aggression. He's reluctant when he gives up his toys, but he does trade, so you could trade him one object for another object, an object for a treat, things like that. But you should learn the proper way to do trade so that you don't get little nibbles on your fingers when you're doing that. And he likes to be petted. No issues with handling his feet. He just resisted a little bit when you're handling his mouth. And he is just a fun-loving, goofy guy, and he needs someone who's going to take him home and make them part of his family forever. Part of their family, excuse me, forever. If you're interested in Hank, the adoption fee for all of our just normal adult dogs is $92.50. That includes making sure that He's going to get all of his preventatives, well visit to the vet. He's already been neutered. He's already been microchipped, but we will help re-register that. We'll give you all the information for that. So you really can't beat what you're getting for that price. To visit Hank, you need to stop by Animal Control, and we are open to the public Monday through Saturday. This little guy is Cooper, and even though his energy level does not indicate that he's a senior, but his little gray muzzle kind of does. He is 9 years old, so he is one of those seniors that will be adopted for a fee of $50 during the month of November. We have him down as a rat terrier mix. He's white and gray. He came to us previously owned, and I guess the situation is that he was owned by another person, and then a friend of that person took Cooper in to try to rehome him. But after 2 weeks of being unable to find him a new home on their own, they brought him here so that we could do that job for them. They say that he's calm, he's friendly, he rides well in the car, he walks on a leash, he's used to vet checks. They say that he's also house trained and crate trained. He is a pretty sweet guy. We have him down as a blue color-coded dog, which means they are easily adaptable to new situations. They really enjoy affection. They have, they're calmer than most. He is a rat terrier though, so he's gonna have that higher level of energy. Even as a senior, he's been running around and jumping up on things, and he's still very active. He's just not gonna be, as crazy as maybe some of the dogs that are, doing loops on their backs on the carpet. He does have some medical needs. First and foremost, he needs a dental. So he has a grade 3 to 4 as far as his dental. So he's going to need his teeth to be cleaned. It's possible that there could be some that need to be removed. So that's something that any adopter wants to make sure that they can afford. And then also people are going to notice these kind of masses on his abdomen. So those are lipomas. It's kind of, they're little fatty pockets of fat. So that's something that you can also talk to your vet about, or our medical staff. As far as we know, those are not going to be life-threatening or anything like that at this point. So those are just basic things that you want to be aware of, making sure that you're prepared for anything that would pop up in that regard. He's just an overall really sweet older guy who needs a loving home to live out his senior years. And as a small dog, those senior years can last a lot longer than maybe some of the other large dogs. So he could still be with your family for quite a long time. If you wanted to visit with Cooper, you can do that Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5 here at the shelter, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Our next dog is, I believe she's the youngest dog on the adoption floor. This is Bailey, and she's about 5 to 6 months old now, and she is cute as a button and just as sweet. However, she is an under-socialized puppy, so she's very fearful of new things. New people, new noises, all kinds of new situations. So for that reason, we don't want her to be going to homes with small kids, because they don't always understand that the animals are fearful, and they can be loud and run up to them and touch them. Quick motions can be very scary for Bailey. So we're asking that she go to a home where the children are at least 13 years old or older, or an adult-only home. That being said, once she gets comfortable with you, she is your typical goofy puppy who loves to play, who's happy, tail wagging, loves a good treat. And she's also had the benefit of going to 2 different camps at Peaceable Paws while she was working with some trainers there. So she learned basic manners. So she knows things like polite leash walking. She knows how to trade. She knows sit, down, paw. She knows those things. And then she was also working on some behavior modification for fear and those types of things. And whoever would adopt her would get the information from those camps so they could continue building on those foundations. But her owner is definitely going to need to be very committed to socializing her, taking her out, getting her used to other dogs and other people and different noises. And she's not a dog that you can just kind of take home, and it's not really a turnkey. It's more of a project there. Again, she is nervous, moving slow. She's easily bribed, I will say that. A stranger she may be fearful of, but you give her a treat and then she's your best friend. It's just all about time and patience and commitment, willingness to work with her. All of our puppies are adopted for a fee of $150. That includes, the typical stuff, making sure they're spayed or neutered, rabies vaccines, county license, distemper bordetella vaccines, dewormer, flea and tick preventative, microchipping, and that free well visit to the vet. Our last dog that we have for you today is Juniper, and her story may have started out as a sad one, but we are definitely working towards a happy ending for Juniper. Juniper was found miles out into Gambrel State Park by a group of people in a Jeep doing some off-roading, and she was severely malnourished and emaciated when they found her. When she came in, she weighed only 25 pounds. So through some controlled feeding and some medication, we dewormed her. We are getting her back up to a healthy weight. Since she's been with us about a month, she's put on 15 pounds, and the disposition and the personality that she's showing here today has been a constant. Despite everything that she's been through, she is the sweetest, happiest, most playful dog, and says a lot about her character that even in the worst of times, she was still so affectionate and loving. She always comes up to greet people in her kennel. She loves to play fetch. She will lick your face. She is super sweet, but she will need to, controlled feeds. She should never be allowed to have free access to food. And as you're seeing right now, she loves to destroy toys. She cannot have nice toys unattended. I'm sure people at home, watching thinking, oh, she needs a nice cozy bed to lay on after all she's been through. No, because she doesn't appreciate her nice cozy bed. She likes to destroy her nice cozy bed. So she's not allowed to have those. There are lots of things that she's got that in her mouth, actually. That's weird. There we go. That's the exact same reason right there why she's not allowed to have those things unsupervised. You can give her toys to play with. She seems to be okay with that tennis ball. She can have Kongs and Nylabones and those hard type toys, Jolly Balls, those types of things. But anything soft and fluffy and fuzzy, she cannot have unsupervised. But she loves them, so if you're there to play with her with them, you can definitely do that. Playing fetch with them, playing fetch with ball, all that stuff. And she is smart. She does have a lot of potential, but you just want to be very controlled with what kinds of food and things like that you're giving her, and just showing her some patience. Right now she's shedding a lot, which is also going to be something that you'll deal with. But once she's up to a healthy weight, and her coat might even out a little bit more. We hope that you've enjoyed meeting some of our adoptable dogs, but if cats are more your thing, stay tuned. After the break, we'll introduce you to 5 of those.
Hola, bonjour. Thinking about learning a foreign language? How about taking a few business courses online? Or you might just want to relax by flipping through a magazine on your mobile device. Good news! Frederick County Public Library rolled out 3 new great digital tools to help you learn the convenient way. First is Rosetta Stone, the premier language learning program with invaluable tools to help you master any one of 30 languages. Lynda.com offers all kinds of online business and tech courses to take in the comfort of your own home. And these can help you achieve your own personal and professional goals. And Flipster offers 15 popular digital magazines such as People, nighttime magazine that you can read on your mobile device and even download the app, which makes it a super easy and fast way to enjoy these magazines. 3 exciting new digital tools offered to you by Frederick County Public Libraries. They're all free, and you need only your library card to get started. Visit fcpl.org for more.
Welcome back. As we mentioned earlier in the show, November is Adopt a Senior Pet Month. So our first pet on the cat portion of the show is our oldest cat resident. This is Miko, and he is 13 years old. He's hard to miss for so many reasons. Number one, he is a big guy. He weighs 17.5 pounds, so he is a big dude. And he is also a talker. If you walk by him and he wants some love, he is not afraid to give you a holler and let you know that, hey, come back here, I need you to pet me. He is a very sweet guy. He is one of our lap cats on the adoption floor. He will crawl right out onto your lap. Right now he's feeling like he wants to get down and explore a little bit in this unfamiliar area. But when he's on, near his cage where he feels really comfortable, he just comes right out. He'll sit right on your lap. And he's a good sport too. For Halloween, I dressed him up as a dragon, and he wasn't thrilled with it, but he tolerated me doing that with him. So he has a pretty good temperament. Miko made his way here to the shelter as a 13-year-old cat because they said he was peeing on the kids' toys and belongings. So we don't know what the circumstances are beyond, what is written. We don't know the ages of the kids. We don't know if they were, messing with him in some way that he didn't like. All we know is that he uses his litter box here with no problems. No one has had any issues with Mr. Miko. So it might just be that if you have younger kids in your house, maybe Miko is not the best fit for you. Maybe, he would prefer to be in a home with older kids. But he definitely has no issues with his litter box here that we have seen. He is, according to their information, a cat that's been around dogs before, small animals. They indicate that he is a lap cat as well. He can also be very playful. He's friendly. He's just got a great personality, and he needs someone who's going to provide him with that wonderful, loving home. Because he is a senior, if you were to adopt him during the month of November, he would go home for just a fee of $50. That's a flat fee if you wanted to give him a great place to spend his golden years. To visit with Miko, you need to come here, 1832 Rosemont Avenue. Our next guest is Mummy, and she is one of the many black cats on the adoption floor right now. Black cats can often be harder to adopt, not necessarily for any nefarious reasons, but because there are so many of them. They aren't as distinctive. They blend into the dark colored cages and the rugs and beds and things like that, so they just can be hard to see. But Mummy is definitely worth looking for. She is one of the sweetest cats on the floor. She has such a good temperament. She loves to be handled. She will sit on your lap. She's quick to purr. She also was a good sport about her Halloween costume. She had a cute little dress that she put on, and she actually really liked it and was purring and rolling around, was happy to kind of be played with. So if you have young kids who sometimes like to dress up their pets, as I did as a child, then she might be one who's willing to have that done, because she didn't really seem to care at all about putting on that little dress. She came to us previously owned. She was brought here after her owner was evicted from their living situation. So we're looking to find her a new forever home. Again, she has lived with other cats, with dogs. They say she's very playful, energetic, a lap cat, able to handle, calm, all things that we've seen here in the shelter. She uses her litter box. The thing that I have noticed with her is that because she is a medium hair, she will need more grooming. She's been doing a little bit of coughing, like she's trying to get a hairball up. If you are grooming her a little bit more frequently, then all of those stray hairs that she would get while she was grooming herself wouldn't be ingested, so then that would help her prevent hairballs and things like that. But she is, just an overall amazing cat, and she just needs someone who is going to see her for what she is. She's very petite at just 7 pounds, so she'll fit in nicely to any home. I don't see any trouble adjusting, regardless of how many kids you have and what other pets you have. You just want to slowly introduce and do that properly, and she'll be a fast member of the family. Because she is a year old, she will be adopted for our standard adoption fee, which is $97.50. This is Callie, and this is one of the cats that, for whatever reason, just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, forgotten about. She is a Torby, and she's about a year old. She came to us previously owned, and I want to make sure I go over the reason that she was brought in very carefully, because it's something that happens a lot. So they said that she was peeing in the house. And we have this form, and everybody's supposed to read these forms before they are able to visit with animals. And if you start with, why is this pet being surrendered? And then you see that it says on hers, pees in the house, and you go down to how often do you clean your litter box? Once a week. So that is the reason why she's peeing in the house. Just like most people anyway, most people that I know, don't want to use a dirty bathroom, neither do our cats. So if they feel that their litter box is dirty, then they're not going to use it. So they will find other places to go to the bathroom. This is a very common reason why cats will stop using their litter box, and it's something that can be easily remedied by cleaning it more frequently. We clean them here at least once a day. Most people that I know clean theirs at home once a day. You can also add additional litter boxes if they really prefer that they have them clean all the time, so that if they use one, they can use the clean one next, and then you come home and you clean them out, and then she has 2 clean litter boxes again. So there's a lot of ways that you can remedy that, and we do not have an issue with her using her litter box here at all. She definitely is using that. If she weren't, she wouldn't be on our adoption floor. She would be looking for an indoor-outdoor barn cat type of a home. So I want to make sure everyone is aware that she does not have that issue here. But other than that, she is so sweet. I am guilty of kind of walking past her myself. When I was acquainting myself with her, she came right up to the front of the cage. She was happy to see me, wanted to be petted, was kind of rolling around a little bit, and I brought her out here and put her on Tammy's lap, and she's been quite content ever since, just getting petted and cuddled. So she is a fantastic cat. She just needs somebody who's going to make sure that they clean her litter box. It says that she has lived with other cats, so if you're thinking of adding a second, third, she would possibly be a great fit for that. If you're interested in making Callie part of your family, the first step is to come here and visit, and then we can point you through direct you through the rest of the process for adoption. Because she is under that 5-year-old mark, she's not a senior. She will be going home for our normal cat adoption fee since she's a year old, which is $97.50. This is Martini, and she would prefer to be neither shaken nor stirred. She just wants you to lavish her with all kinds of love. She is another one of our cats that qualifies for that Adopt a Senior Pet Month promotion, because she is listed as 4 to 5 years old. We always go with the older, so she would be going home for a fee of just $50 if you were to make her part of your family in the month of November. She is a recent addition to our kitty cabana, so she and Luna are still getting to know each other, but hopefully they'll become quick friends, and then we can add another roommate to the room. And she's gonna hopefully get a little bit more attention in there. She's another one of those cats that for whatever reason people just kind of walk by, and she's not reaching out and grabbing for you, so she doesn't make as much of an impression. And hopefully the cabana will allow her to shine in her truest form. I spent a little bit of time with her myself, and she was very eager to get lots of love and attention. She was rolling around a little bit. I woke her up from her nap to bring her out on the show today, and she was pretty okay with that, as much as anybody can be when they're woken up from their naps. And she settled in pretty quickly on Tammy's lap, so she has a lot of great qualities. One of the best things about adopting a senior pet, or even just any adult pet, is that they are already well set in their ways. They've usually lived in a home before, so they have some basic, manners. Their personalities are formed already, so you know exactly what you're gonna get. And with a kitten, you just can't get that. They tend to be a little bit calmer, more relaxed, but still playful. So there are so many benefits to adopting an older animal. And this is definitely the month to do it here at Frederick County Animal Control with that promotion, making them just $50. You really can't beat that price. You're still getting all the same stuff. We make sure all the animals are spayed or neutered. They get their rabies vaccine, county license, distemper vaccine, dewormer, flea and tick preventative. We're making sure that they're all microchipped, and you still get a free well visit to the vet. So it is a great deal to add lots of loving pets to your home. If you wanted to visit with Martini, you can always stop in. If you wanted to figure out what her status was before making the trip, you can call us at 301-600-1546. Our last feline guest today is one of our very active adult cats. This is Voss. He is 2 to 3 years old. When I think of him, all I think about is water, but apparently that is also a Star Wars character. And I guess all my coworkers are encouraging me to watch those movies so that I will know these names. He came to us as a stray, and he is ear-tipped. What that means basically is that he has been neutered. That's a way for, excuse me, animals who may be community cats, barn cats, feral cats that live in colonies, all of those types of animals to be identified as already altered from a distance, because some of those animals, unlike Voss, are not as friendly, not as socialized, they're fearful of people. But it does not mean that they were necessarily outdoor cats that are feral cats. Some people ear tip even for house cats, and sometimes cats get out and their owners don't find them, don't seek them out, and then they're roaming free in the community as strays, and then somebody captures them, goes ahead and gets them neutered and tipped. And then sometimes they make their way here, and we find, as is the case with Voss, that he's an incredibly friendly, playful cat. He is a bit of an escape artist, at least recently. He's wants to get out and explore and run around. So if you have a home where he can run around and be active, I think he would highly enjoy that. But he's also, he loves attention and affection. He comes right to the front of his cage. He's not afraid to ask for it. And he's just going to be a fun cat to have in the house, but maybe not as much a lap cat as some of the other animals we've seen on the show today. So if you are interested in making Voss part of your family, you can visit him here at Frederick County Animal Control. We are open to the public 6 days a week. Our visiting hours are going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and on Saturday from 10 to 4. You can visit Voss or any of the animals here, as long as you follow that adoption procedure that our front office staff would be happy to go over with you. We want to thank you for watching, and we hope that you will come in and visit with us and celebrate Adopt a Senior Pet Month by maybe taking home a senior of your very own.